familiar with my experience at SeaTac where they refused to push me in a wheelchair. You saw that video, and they refused to push me because I was too fat.
This very plus-size traveler is going on an angry crusade because the airport personnel refused to push her in a wheelchair, and she can walk. Welcome back to the JP Reacts channel, my beautiful freedom-loving friend. This is where we call out lies, hypocrisy, and corruption and highlight the amazing work of other freedom fighters because truth conquers. But you can't conquer anything unless you are strong. Personally, my #1 enemies are fatigue, low energy, poor mental focus, and feeling weak. That's why every day I am eating grass-fed beef liver, a supplement by Ancestral Supplement. It's the most convenient way to get all the benefits of nature's multivitamin, which is grass-fed beef liver. I think it's time to take control of our health, get strong, get healthy again, and you can do that at ancestralsupplements.com/JPReacts. And for 15% off, use discount code JPReacts. I actually got too many, and I'm down for it. Now let's get into it. Some people are allergic to self-responsibility, and I get it. It's an allergy. It's a medical condition. Nothing you can do about it. Now, there's a plus-size traveler, very plus-size traveler out there who's on a crusade against basically everywhere she goes. Crusade against airlines because the seats are not as big as she is. She has to buy 2 seats sometimes. She's crusading also in this case against airport staff because some of them refuse to push her in a wheelchair. Spoiler alert, she can walk, doesn't want to walk, and she gets angry and protests. Petitions for airport personnel who won't push her in a wheelchair because she wants to be pushed in a wheelchair. And I just say, God bless this woman. We live in America. You are free to be what you want. You can be as dumb as you want to be, as helpless and irresponsible as you want to be, or if you want to like take the road less traveled, you can be intelligent, you can take self-responsibility. But I love America. I love seeing dumb people in America because it reminds me we live in such a safe place. You are pretty safe and protected no matter how dumb you get. Now, with the TikToker at hand that we'll take a look at in today's video, I would never accuse her of being dumb, lazy, and lacking self-responsibility, but I'll sure as hell imply it.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Jay, and today I'm in Las Vegas, and I'm trying something that I'm really excited about, the Fat Shack. Y'all know I'm fat. I love anything with the name fat in it. So I'm really excited to try this. I got these boneless buffalo fingers right here.
I'm not sure if she's talking about her own hand or what's in front of her.
I'm about to give them a try. All right.
America.
I love chicken. And I love anything spicy, so...
You can watch a 450-pound person eat fried chicken, plenty of dipping sauce.
Those are like a 8 out of 10 for sure.
8 out of 10. I trust her judgment. Now, she also makes a big stink about airplanes because she likes to travel and airplanes just don't accommodate her enough. Take a quick look at this video clip. It's got a creepy AI voiceover. That's how she did it. But here is her not being grateful that she can actually fit inside of an airplane or being grateful that she has air travel as an option. She's just bitching about everything she experiences.
The average woman in the US is a size 16/18, according to the CDC. But let me tell you something that's going to blow your mind. Airplane seats, the ones we're all crammed into, they're realistically designed to fit someone who's a size 6 to 8 comfortably. That's based on seat widths of 17 to 18 inches and clothing size charts. So let me ask you this, if the seats aren't built for plus-size people, and they aren't built for the average person, who are they even working for?
Yeah, ask the 300 people who are in a seat who they're working for. Practically nobody, aside from almost everybody. But I feel her pain, and you know what? This is discrimination. And I will not stand for it. Who's doing the discriminating? Well, let's just realize, I believe it's 73% of everybody in the US is either overweight or obese. 73% of everybody is. So the engineers who are designing these airplanes and seat width of however big they are, they're not even big enough for me. I mean, they're big enough. I don't feel comfortable in an airplane seat, so maybe I need to start protesting. But nonetheless, if 73% of people in the US are overweight or obese, you could probably make a reasonable conclusion of like, okay, airplane design engineers who are laying this stuff out, they fall into that. So probably 73% of them are overweight or obese. That would mean, statistically speaking, it's the overweight and obese who are designing these airplane seats that will not accommodate this obese lady. I would like her to turn her ravenous efforts, therefore, towards the obese community. You're doing it to yourselves.
And here's what's wild. Most of you know these. Seats are too small. You've thought it yourself. And when a thin person says it, you nod along like, yeah, they're awful. The second a fat person says it, though, suddenly it's entitlement.
You'll see, she is not entitled at all.
And let's call this what it is. It's not entitlement. It's demanding basic respect and dignity for all people, no matter their size.
I like that. I like that. Demanding basic respect and dignity for people of all size. So if you're 500 pounds, basic respect is the airline coming in. We got to delay the flight by 4.5 days because we have to take all these seats out and put in a new one for her. I think that's basic respect. And yeah, I mean, the other 299 people have their day, their travel absolutely ruined. That is basic respect and dignity because this lady has it the way she wants. Now, before we get to her wheelchair protest, let's debunk some common fat-phobic myths with her.
Debunking common fat-phobic myths Part 1. Myth number 1. Fat people don't care about their health.
Well, if you're going to make a conclusion, I mean...
False. Health is not determined by size.
No. We're not doing that science. Health is not in any way determined by size. Yeah, and please don't believe that misinformation that you see in medical textbooks or doctors, even like the most compliant doctors, information they have. Don't believe that misinformation. It's all baseless, in my opinion. We'll get back to the video in just a second, but first, I want to tell you something I thought I would never say. I no longer overdo coffee. I used to have morning coffee, early afternoon coffee, late afternoon coffee, but now I've cut out the excess in the afternoon because I found something that makes me feel much better. It's called Peak's Nandaka, and it's not just another coffee alternative, it's the upgrade your body's been looking for. It used to be for me in my couple afternoon coffees, sometimes 3, after the little buzz wore off, I'd feel worse. I'd feel jittery, anxious, my energy would be crashed, and I knew I needed something that would actually support my body instead of just depleting it. And that's when I found Nandaka, and after just a few weeks, I could noticeably feel the difference. No crashes or slumps, just clear, focused, steady energy that lasts all day. And what makes Nandaka different than other coffee alternatives, even the ones that use functional mushrooms? Well, Nandaka is made with 100% fruiting body mushrooms. That's the part that actually has the powerful compounds that support energy, focus, and longevity. And that's upgraded even further by being blended with cacao, fermented probiotic teas, and adaptogenic herbs to fuel your body and your mind. If you're sick of overdoing coffee, feeling wired, tired, and anxious, or maybe you want to cut coffee out completely, you need to try Nandaka. Right now, Peak is offering 20% off for life plus a free starter kit, a rechargeable frother, and a glass beaker so you can make the perfect cup anytime. Just go to peaklife.com/JP. That's PIQUE life.com/JP. Trust me, your energy, your gut, and your future self will thank you. Now back to the video.
Many factors contribute to a person's health, including genetics, environment, mental health, and access to care. A person's health cannot be accurately judged based on their body size alone.
Is it a portion of it?
Myth number 2. Being fat is a choice.
You'll see no choice in this lady. She's doing sit down, everything. Give me a wheelchair. I don't want to walk through the airport. She has no choice in this. Here's 4 pounds of fried chicken. I don't have a choice. I am doing this to serve my country.
False. Weight is influenced by genetics, environment, metabolism, and other factors beyond personal control.
You have no personal control over your genetics, probably, but what genes are expressed is in your control. The environment you're in, you have no personal control over what environment you're in. Metabolism, which your nutrition and lifestyle choices heavily influence your metabolism, you have no personal control over that. Okay, I'm on board.
It's not simply a result of poor decisions or lack of willpower.
Nothing to do with it.
Myth number 3. Fat people are lazy and don't exercise.
Give me that wheelchair. I don't want to walk to the terminal on my own. I couldn't agree more with this myth.
False. Many fat people engage in various forms of exercise, from hiking to dancing, and enjoy movement as part of a healthy lifestyle.
You can't stress as part of a healthy lifestyle enough. Now, let's get into the airport shenanigans where she gets angry at staff at the Seattle airport. In this case, there's been other airports who refuse to push her in a wheelchair. The interesting thing is they don't have to do that. Like if you're handicapped, can't walk, they'll do that. But if you can walk and don't want to, they apparently should have to cater to that.
Let's show them that they cannot treat people like this. They cannot treat anyone like this, and they cannot treat fat people like this.
Correct.
This is unacceptable, and it's discrimination.
It's definitely discrimination. I'm not going to tolerate it.
Not be tolerated any longer.
No.
So if you want to be a part of this protest, DM me tonight, DM me tomorrow, but let's go ahead and make it happen.
And if you'd say, wow, how did she manage to get through that one experience? Would you believe me if I said she has this experience in multiple airports, which would say she's definitely not the problem in her expectations, but every airport is the problem, including the Chicago airport.
For the incident I'm about to tell you about. On the first leg of the trip, the wheelchair assistance completely failed us.
Completely failed us.
I was left struggling to be okay. There is a video about the incident on my page. That experience was already stressful and humiliating enough. So by the time it was time to fly home, I decided to have my fiance push me in the wheelchair to avoid any more
She still got a ride in a wheelchair, but her fiance had to push her. She didn't have a cloak of 7 servants pushing her in the wheelchair. She still got the wheelchair, didn't have to walk, thank God. But her fiance had to push her. Now, as you can see here, this is footage of her making healthy lifestyle choices. Choice, because we'll see other footage. She can walk. She's never once announced that I've seen that she's got some kind of medical condition that prevents her from walking, or there's tremendous hip pain or arthritis. But these are the healthy lifestyle choices she makes. And when she goes into an airport and says, you have a wheelchair for me? You do? Okay, cool. Are you going to push me in it? No, you're not. She's not able to make the healthy lifestyle choices that an American should be able to make in a free country. And from a clip or two ago where she was staging a protest at the Seattle airport, here you can see that protest in action. Wheelchair for sure. And you could see the public support that she has in this protest. The airport violates our rights. Wheelchair access for all. For all. Not those who need it. We don't even care about them. Wheelchair access for all. If you want it, you should be able to have it. Provided by someone else, not you. That's not your responsibility. It's everybody else's responsibility to give you what you want. And she even started a petition, demand equal rights for fat individuals. I mean, equal, like, you know, everybody else doesn't have the right to be pushed around just because they want to, but a fat individual, her word, not mine, them having those rights, I mean, that's just basically equal. And again, you can see the public support for her campaign here. She posted this petition on change.org over 2 months ago, and it's already accumulated 89 verified signatures. Ladies and gentlemen, that is slightly more than 1 signature a day that she's accumulating. This isn't going to divide the country. I don't know what is. Now here you can see another piece of her content. She's definitely walking because she can. She's going to an exercise class, and she's here to make healthy choices. And the healthy choices she's making is like, I'm here to exercise and I'm going to sit down while I do it so I get the most bang for my buck. So I realize as a man of relatively healthy body composition, who am I to say what morbidly obese people should and should not have? I have no stake in that game. But what I will say, and what I'll always stand for, is if you want something, it is 100% the world around you's responsibility to provide you that something. Do you need it? No, you want it? Even if you need it. But if you just want it, absolutely equal rights as you get whatever you want when you want it. Are you entitled to it? Absolutely. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I think this has been an excellent display of great values of self-responsibility, accountability, demanding the world around us be responsible for us. I think this is a valuable lesson. With that said, let me know what you think of this lesson in the comments below. I look forward to reading them. Hopefully you agree with me because I demand it. I'm entitled to it, actually. And by the way, I feel as though I'm entitled to 75 million views on this video, and if I don't get it, I'm going to sue YouTube, and I'm probably going to sue you too because it's discrimination. I'll look forward to seeing you in court and on the next video.